attack and defense. Getting forward, he's getting back, he's getting forward. And that eventually runs you dry. Plus, you want those new fresh legs on. If you're going to get a breakthrough, it's going to be someone who's got a little bit of extra pace, a little bit of extra energy.
Going to Ivory Coast. Solid. Picks it up and drops it down. Koulibaly. Wolo Koulibaly of Ivory Coast. Rolls it in. Tries to find Asale. Leger. Cuts the ball off. Fofana. He gets it back. Here. Tries to serve one in, gets the ball back. The ball's, his pocket is picked, and here comes Leger. There's the new boy, Amadou Moutari. Foul there by Ivory Coast, and it's on Yusuf. It's Maxwell Cornet.
Now, it all switches to Ivory Coast for the last 10 minutes coming up, for them to hold on to the lead, for them to slow the clock down, for them to break up attacks. And that's a professional job. I'm sure their coach would love to see them get a second and kill this off, but from a professional point of view, if you've got the 1-0 lead, you've got to sort of bleed that clock down professionally, and I guess that's what you're going to see more and more of Ivory Coast. Starting with a breather as Frank Kessie goes down.
Yeah. Kessie is down. Not necessarily good news for AC Milan right there. Not good news for Ivory Coast. And the goal scorer is down.
Let's see what happened. I didn't see him tackle. I don't know if this is just fatigue, whether he's pulled something, but either way, it's a break in proceedings and a chance to get everything organised.
Let's take a look at this replay here. Oof, it looked like a hand from that position.
Referee seemed absolutely certain, so maybe his angle that he showed it.
Calm penalty from Frank Kessie. Cool, calm, collected.
He's put it in the same place Maxwell Grenell put it.
The referee, if you go back, the goalkeeper had already moved before he put it.
What if you're striking the ball, it's hard.
I think his game, hopefully he's not done for the game, because that's a miss for Ivory Coast in the midfield, because he has definitely helped. And here we take a look at that replay again.
Even there, it's not conclusive.
You can't tell.
But have a look at the referee's position. He's at the angle where you can see the hand very clearly. There's nobody blocking his vision. So maybe he, out of anyone, has absolutely the best view of what's going on, and he's given it. So
if anyone at all, it's the man in the center that actually has to make that decision. Not replays, not us.
But I can still understand Leger being upset. You ask any football player, you get 2 penalties against you in a match, your keeper saves 1, and you get another one against you. Even if it is meant to be, it's still tough to take.
But it's tough to take. But the reaction of Leger was unacceptable. Yellow card to Koulibaly there. Time wasting, pretty much. But here's a team, Wolo Koulibaly picking up the yellow card. Here's a team that shouldn't be wasting time against a Leger team that they should be really convincing.
Well, when you 1-0 up with 10 minutes, as I said just recently, your job then is to hold on to the win, no matter what. And if it means running the clock down and keeping possession, that's what you do. If you can get a second like now, that's great.
Ball to Asale. Dances. Tries to get by his man. What? Shot. Blocked there by Leger. Leger slow to get to the ball. There's number 20. Amadou Moutari. Turns his man. And he's fouled by Habib Maiga. Free kick to Niger.
He was pulled back by Maiga, which itself is a yellow card offence, but have a look at the skills here, rolling over the ball. Lovely skills, comes inside, and the shot blocked again, as Niger have done so well in this game. Bodies behind the ball, bodies on the line.
Great tackle there by Ivory Coast. Roger Asale is fouled, and it's a free kick to Ivory Coast.
That's it, they're going to play for the fouls. Ivory Coast just takes half a minute off the clock. Just wait for the contact. As you feel it, down you go.
Ivory Coast substitution. Benjamin Traore on for Frank Kessie, injured Frank Kessie, the goal scorer for Ivory Coast. 83rd minute in this game. Ivory Coast leading Niger 1-0. That's a visual of Kessie. Looks disappointed.
Yeah, as will a lot of AC Milan fans, seeing him leave the pitch like that.
Hopefully it's not a terrible injury, because he's actually walking, which is good.
It's a good sign. Always a good sign.
And it's hopefully precautionary than anything else, because they have a game coming up in a few days against Ethiopia. And Frank Kessie, if anything at all, is a player that will be needed, because Ivory Coast, one of their strengths outside of their attack is their midfield, with the likes of Yaya Toure from back in the day. Sally picks that up. He's been the man of the match for Niger.
Yep, absolutely, no question. The goalkeeper with the penalty save, 3 or 4 other saves. He's kept his team in with a shot. They've still got a shot here 6 minutes from time. And if you look at shots on target at half-time anyway, it was 9 to Ivory Coast, 0 to Niger. So huge thanks to their keeper for a really good performance today.
Keeping the scoreline low as well, too, because he's made some crucial saves. The one from Fofana that was hit right at him. The penalty save, obviously, Max Allen Gradell's penalty that was saved. So the scoreline could be a lot higher than this.
Certainly could, and it's not over yet with 5 minutes left. If they can get themselves on the ball, Niger, get some service into their big men, they could still cause a problem.
Ivory Coast looks like they're going to a 4-4-2 with Pepe and Maxwell Cornet up top. Trying to soak up the pressure. Bohu grabs that and falls down.
Another 10 seconds off the clock.
Time wasting by the two-time African champions Ivory Coast. Bohu rolls the ball out to Wilfred Cannon. Cannon tries to find his teammate, Saleh. That was a poor clearance there from Niger's Razak.
I guess if you're looking at it from an Ivory Coast point of view, if they get the 3 points, that's great. And they've got Zaha to come back, hopefully, in the very near future. So it'll be job done. It hasn't been the most impressive game, but still job done.
Ivory Coast substitution. Roger Asale coming off for Johan Boli. So all 3 substitutions have been made by Ivory Coast. Cornet, Traore, and now Boli. Throw into the Ivorians. I have to say, though, the Ivorian bench was not looking that exciting. Not the Ivory Coast we've known over the years that had players like Solomon Kalou coming off the bench. As Niger breaks here, it's the new boy, one of the 2 substitutions, Amadou Moutari, tries to get the ball in, but it's a foul called on Ivory Coast, Nicolas Pepe instead. Actually, the ball hit the referee. It's a reset. That's that rule you were law you were talking about in the first half. And Niger gets the ball back. It's Yusuf, comes out wide to Hamani. Hamani to Ali. Ali tries to go in to Moutari. Koulibaly clears out. Dealt with by Hamani. Ivory Coast just anywhere would do. And here's the new boy, number 22, but no. Johan Boli would not get to that, as goalkeeper Kasali kicks that out.
It's the last throw of the dice coming up for Niger. Only a couple of minutes left on the clock.
Substitution for Niger, number 14. Mohamed Ali comes off, and Modibe Sidibe, who actually played in their last friendly, comes on. That's a defender for a forward or a winger. So here's Niger pushing for the last dice, throwing the last dice pretty much. 88 minutes gone, 2 minutes left in this game. Niger has to push forward to try to get something in this game.
Exactly. Maybe it's about time they did find some of their big boys in the box. They've had enough set pieces around the Ivory Coast 18-yard area, and they haven't been able to find any of their big boys. 2 of them are over 6'5". You would think that would be the most obvious thing to do. Let's wait and see. They've had enough free kicks to have at least tested the goalkeeper a bit more as well. To be fair, Buhu hasn't had many saves to make in this match.
The party would end if Niger gets a goal here, as Adebayo subs one in. Ooh. Went right for the goalkeeper there.
Was it going wide? That's why the keeper goes to make the save and seems to drop it, and has given away the corner. More defending to do for Ivory Coast.
And Zakaria Adebayo again serves at him. Gobbled up and cleared there by Ivory Coast.
It's a terrible corner once again from Niger. They're not giving their big boys anything to work with.
Tired legs more than anything else. As Amadou Moutari slides that in between the legs of Habib Maiga, but nothing comes out of it. Let's watch this again. He went for goal. It was on frame. And definitely on frame.
Yeah. But why not bend it in towards your big guy? You're going to beat a decent keeper from there very easily, but put it on top of your 6'5" centre half and centre forward, and maybe you get a header. They haven't got one ball to their big men the entire match.
They tried a couple of times, but it was dealt with by Ivory Coast.
Well, you got about 8 or 9 free kicks. You can't hit your big men once.
That is true. You make a good point there. Ivory Coast, Fofana finds the new boy, Boli. Aurier. Foul there on Nicolas Pepe, but the referee calls it a dive and points the other direction. Ivory Coast gets the ball back. 5 minutes at a time here at the Stade Houphouët Boigny Stadium. Pepe is still down. Ivory Coast still plays on. Great save there by goalkeeper Kasali.
Good save.
Clutches that out of the air.
He does. That's a brilliant save. And he starts a counter-attack, more importantly.
And here comes Zakari Adebayo, the new boy. Tries to find his captain, Mazou. Taken care of there by Ivory Coast. Nicolas Pepe still seems to be down. Actually, he's up now, hobbling a little bit. Arsenal fans would be happy that he's not injured.
Yeah, play went on even when he was down. The referee doesn't have to blow, and Niger don't have to stop. It was up to Ivory Coast. They decided to keep on playing, so there it was.
Great service by Aurier, but look at that dive there by the goalkeeper. Those are great photos right there.
Photo opportunity, but he's still the man of the match as far as I'm concerned for Niger. Absolutely brilliant Kasali in goals.
Canon. Fofana comes out wide to one of the substitutions here. Maxwell Kone. Ivory Coast taking their time. Koulibaly.
Press up, Niger.
Traore.
3 minutes left, and the white shirts aren't putting any pressure on.
No pressure at all. No sense of urgency from Niger. Ivory Coast is content with this one goal. And Zakaria Adebayo tries to find his captain. There are 2 Nigerian players there, but dealt with there by Ismail Traore. Aurier, he gets his pocket picked. Throw into Niger. 2 minutes gone in that extra 5 minutes. 3 minutes left. Niger needs to do something to at least get a point at best.
The thing is, they've struggled all match, Niger, to put anything together. They haven't really made Buhu work in the Ivory Coast goal, and it's a bit late for them to suddenly come up with something.
Fofana.
It's offside again.
Offside flag raised there on Cormet.
Something they haven't been able to do, is it, Ivory Coast, to slip that ball down the sides with the pace of Pepe, and here again, it's just that timing of the ball. Yeah, he waited and waited, and eventually the ball should have been played earlier. And that's something for Ivory Coast to work on before their next match.
So looking at the Ivorian midfield, a lot of those players look more defensive than creative. Heavy on the ball. Fofana, Maiga, even Kesse to a certain extent.
But Kesse should do more. For me, he's the man that from the beginning I said should be playing the balls through the middle for Pepe. We didn't see him do that. yes, he's going to come out sort of looking good because he took the penalty, but that anyone could have taken, or anyone except Maxwell Gradel, because he missed the first one.
Yes,
but you know, I wanted more from Frank Kessie. He's that good a player, and I didn't see it in this match. Maybe again, one has to give credit to Niger for closing down the midfield, and some of their tackles have been brutal here today.
Niger still going. Ball dealt with there by Fofana. The Niger tackles are still the same like it was when the game started.
I think there's going to be
with the clearance.
Going to be a few sore bodies in that Ivory Coast dressing room after this match.
Offside on Niger. Goalkeeper Bohu grabs that out of the air. New boy Sakari Adebayo there offside. There's definitely a handful of ice baths after this game.
Oh yeah, there's been some knocks here, but to be fair again, Niger I think they've had one shot that Bohu's had to save. One. You're not going to win games. The best they were going to do was grind out a 0-0 draw, and to be honest, I don't think that's a very positive way to play football. So in the end, it does go rightfully for me to Ivory Coast, who've had way more opportunities. But if Ivory Coast want to go on and win this down the line, they will need to have much better performances.
A better performance than today for sure, because at the level that they are expected to play, the highest level of African football, the level of the likes of Egypt, Nigeria, Algeria, Morocco, this doesn't match that.
Nope, it didn't today, but as long as they get to 3 points, it'll be job done. Not a nice job, but job done.
The question is, are they playing down to the level of competition today?
I think Niger came here to defend. From the very beginning they defended. They made it extremely difficult, and that first penalty save, if that goes in, the keeper doesn't make the save, would have been a lot easier.
Last chance of the game, pretty much. 5 minutes are up. Does Niger get something here? Amani with a long throw in, dealt with by Ivory Coast. Handball there. What was he thinking? At the wrong place at the wrong time, Benjamin Traore handles the ball.
It sort of jumped up on him, and he says it caught him in the chest, but it probably caught him in the arm as well. But nonetheless, I assume this is the final kick. They're already 30 minutes over, and you can't keep the game going for a free kick, only a penalty. So if time runs out now, the ref, in theory, should call it, and it doesn't look like he's going to. So this probably is. But look, once again, you've got two guys at 6'5", and it's an Ivory Coast player who wins that throw. And I just don't get.
Yeah, that was all hand.
I just don't get how Niger are not playing to their big men.
I wonder what Traore was complaining about. That definitely came up his hand. Now Bohu
in the chest,
trying to put his wall together. Zakari, oh, great save there by Sylvain Bohu. And referee blows the full-time whistle. João Amadou Mwanda puts this game to bed as the last play was saved there by goalkeeper Sylvain Bohu off of Zakari Adebayo. Full-time here in Abidjan. Ivory Coast 1, Niger 0. On behalf of everyone, alongside Gary Bailey, myself, Sulaiman Folarin, thanks for watching.
امام منتخب جنوب افريقيا. منتخب كينيا الذي شارك في النسخه الاخيره كابتن حسام البدري، طبعا 3 ولايات مع النادي الاهلي، حقق خلالها مع النادي الاهلي المعسكر، ولكن تعذر انضمامه لاصابته بعد مشاركته في مباراه مانشستر سيتي، كذلك اصابه